Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'll throw it every month this morning. Good morning, good morning. Okay, let me get to it. You know, I came across this video where this lady stated whenever she have kids or whatever the case may be, she gonna talk to her kids and let her kids know that her husband, whether their dad, comes before them. And I was listening to the video and I was like, you know what? I don't know what to say at this point. Because I don't know who done called her and had the conversation. I don't know because I don't know. I guess that's how she feel. But then again, I'm back to saying that people will say pretty much anything, come up with different content to get us attention. I put myself in there because I'm always talking about somebody that done posted something or said something, okay? But we all entitled to our own opinion. But I don't think somebody called her and told her that. Look, girl, before let's have a talk, girl. What you think about us when we get married? Should the husband come first or the kids or what? I'm just saying, girl, give me your take on it. Okay. Now, if I get married, my kids gonna come first, okay? That's me. So I don't know. Girlfriend, she was like, girl, I don't know. That don't sound right. I'm be like, girl, that is because at the end of the day, till they reach a certain age, they cannot defend themselves. Okay? So you have to nourish the kids. I get it. For the husband, I get it. Because he able-bodied. I get it, okay. But till the kids reach a certain age and they're able to go out there and do for themselves, they're going to have to come first. Because who told you? And then I'm like, I don't like this. Now, why you putting him first? Is he putting you first? So you didn't say that part when you was talking. Did you say that? Did you say he was going to put you first? I didn't hear that. Because if I must have missed a part. You didn't say he going to have to put me first. Like I put him first. I didn't hear that part. You saying he come before the kids. Do y'all think a man should come before their kids whenever they're married? And you produce kids with that man. Then you sit there and have a conversation and let them know. Because first off, it's just y'all anyway. When you first get married, you enjoying it. Maybe them first 2 to 3 years is just y'all. So you pouring into each other. Y'all loving on each other. And then all of a sudden, you pregnant. And you have the child in 9 months. So you saying if your kid is hungry and he wants some punani, you gonna put the baby down and give him some punani, then you gonna tend to the child? I'm just asking a question. Because you say he come before the kids. So I'm just asking. Or did you leave that part out where, honey, we have kids, you know, the kids gonna need my attention more than you, but you didn't say that. You said your husband gonna come before the kids. So you get where I'm going. Do you understand that part, ma'am? I'm just saying. I'm just asking. And you turn around and you have another child within 3 months. And now you got 2. One just turned 1 and one ain't even a week old. He coming in, he wants some punani. What you gonna do? I'm just asking. You gonna put him to sleep or something? What you gonna do? I'm just asking you. He want it right now. Because you say the husband come before the kids. So I'm trying to get the understanding of that part. Because if the punani more important than feeding the kids, something wrong with you. So he can always get that when we go to bed. That's if I feel like giving it to him. That part. That part. Because you know what? Some men do become spoiled rotten when they marry some. Not all. Just like the women. I ain't biased. One applies to one, it applies to the other one. So they become spoiled rotten. They feel like all the attention supposed to go to them. Baby, what book you done read? What show you done watch? Get off of Tubi. Get off of Tubi. Okay? Ooh, fix it, Lord. Fix it. I said it. I sure did. Because I'm going to ask you this question, okay? So whenever you got grown to where you understand conversations, you can articulate. You had that conversation with your mom and ask your mom, did your dad come first before y'all? Because you didn't say that. You said your husband, you going to talk to the kids. But the husband come first. But I'm asking you. Did you had a conversation with mommy? And mommy told you, look, daughter, this is what you got to do. Nah, baby. Your mama probably gave you some old school talking you just didn't want to hear. Then she sent you to grandma, and grandma sure gave it to you. That will happen. Because nowhere in the world. Because I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see which one come first, y'all. I'm asking. Do you feel like when you get married, and then you start having kids, Good morning, good morning. Do you feel like the husband should come first or the kids? I'm just asking because I just want to see. I want to know. Do y'all feel the same way the lady feel? Ladies, men's, you can chime in if you feel like the kids come before you. I just want to know because, I tell you the truth. That's why I always say sit down and have a conversation with people before you decide if that's your person. Because they might be just for a short period of time, not for a long time, okay? So you have the conversation, you give them the tough questions, you ask them the tough questions. Even if they get uncomfortable, wait for your answer. Don't be worried about how they feel. I'm just asking, do y'all feel like the kids should come before the husband or the husband come before the kids? Because to me, I ain't gonna lie. My child came before his dad. And his dad got mad and gonna tell me, you always put him first. You know what I told him? You able-bodied, baby. You can get up on your own 2 feet. He's still in my arms now. You can get on your own 2 feet. And if you feel like you want some shoes, you want a hamburger, you want a steak, get on them 2 feet and go on and get it. Don't wait for me. And of course, I was the breadwinner in the family. I sure was. I was. But I only did that because of my child. You know what I'm saying? I only did that because of my child. He didn't come first. Because, I'm going to tell y'all why. You know, you hear king and queens, right? He wasn't that king, okay? He wasn't. So the thing about it is, he wasn't that king. Now, I ain't gonna say now, if they out there doing whatever they supposed to do for their wife, taking care of home, doing X, Y, Z, and the woman and the wife is doing the same for the man, okay, I salute y'all. But whenever it comes to where they want you to take from the kids to give to them, I'll be damned. That ain't happening here. That ain't happening. I promise you it's not. We're going to be agree to disagree, and I'm going to be okay with it. But we're going to have that conversation. And then at the end of the day, use some common sense to know that wait your turn. Wait your turn, honey. So what y'all think? Y'all think the kids come first or the hubby come first? It don't do no good. Yep. Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. You know what? I'm so ready. I'm so ready for a lot of stuff right now. It don't matter. We all you what? That's how you feel, Mike. You feel like we all fried. I'm trying to figure out. You have FRIED. Like you frying chicken and fish? I'm just asking a question. Okay. I got you. I know it's tough. It's tough, but I'm just saying. I don't think y'all don't be quiet. Just like the chicken and fish you spoke of. Okay. That's kind of hot, Mike. That's hot now. Okay, why you feel like we all fried? I really want to hear your reason for saying that. Can you tell me your reason why you said that? Because it's a reason why you said that. I'm curious. Social media has messed up the world. True, it sure has. I'm totally in agreement with that part. I'm totally in agreement. It has. It really has. Yep. It's sad, ain't it? It's sad, but it's true. You didn't lie that one. It sure have. Remember when back in the day, whenever you can go in here and do certain things and ain't nobody get mad, everybody in one. Why it's a problem if I pick the kids over the husband? Okay, if you pick the kids over the husband, it's a problem. And vice versa. It's true. Okay. I got you. Thank you. I appreciate your opinion. Thank you. I guess it's going to be a problem all the way around, Mike. It look like, ain't it? Because somebody going to get neglected. But I still don't feel like, that's just me. I never put my child over his dad, but that's me. I'm not saying everybody gonna think, every woman gonna think the way I do. Because some women do make sure their husband good and they tend to the kids. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I just ain't never put my husband before my child. I haven't. I have not. I don't know. I just haven't. I don't know. I was always told to take care of home. It didn't matter who came first. I was always told to make sure home is straight. And keep everybody else out of it. That's what I was taught. It wasn't about, so your child comes before your husband. My child came before my husband. When I had my child, he did come before my husband because he needed me more than my husband did. My husband can get whatever he wants later on. But whenever you have kids, that's when the husband have to be understanding and be like, look, I know you taking care of our child. And look, we'll talk later. But long as home is good, it shouldn't be no problem. But no, I had other reason for not putting him first, okay? I did. I had other reasons. But I ain't saying it's a bad thing to put the husband first. Ain't nothing wrong with putting your husband first. But don't the husband help make sure home was good at the beginning, Mike? At the beginning. At the beginning, and then it shifted. It just shifted. It went from left to right, right to left, just left, no right. So it just shifted. And when it shift, I shift. Oh, you speaking about a good man. Okay. You didn't say that, Mike. You said, but the husband helped make sure home was good. You didn't say a good man. You had to be more specific. But no, if it's a good man, it's a different story. So tell me, what's your definition of a good man? What's your definition? I assume he was a good man because he was your husband. At the beginning, he was. He was. I'll give him that much. It's certain things that I did like about him. That's the reason why I married him. But you know what? Have you ever heard that saying that they become good till you say, I do? That would happen to me. He was good till we got married. And I ain't never said, why me? Not one time. When he was acting crazy. Thank you. I never said, why me? I just handled it the way I was supposed to handle it, and I let it go. Because that's what you do. You don't tell the person your next move, especially if they ain't doing what they supposed to do. Do you think he showed signs before the marriage? Not at all. Not at all. Nope. Loving, caring, supportive, protective, all the above. No, honey, he became a stalker. He was overprotective. I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't do certain things. I went to this party. Let me give you a good example. I went to this party with my oldest sister. You know, this joker came and got me and almost snatched my arm out the socket. Okay? So now, and you know, I had to take a step back. What do you think made that shift? It's a lot of people got in his head. I'll say that. A lot of his friends got in his head telling him certain things. A lot of things that they said to him wasn't even true because the only thing I did was work and took care of home. And when I hung out, it was with my sisters. So I think it had a lot to do with the people he was associated with. It was. Because I have some now that will run into me and be asking crazy questions. But he now, like everybody, think the reason why him and I are not together anymore is because of what I did, and I didn't do anything. What's the definition of a good man? Pop Hood, what's up? As a 50-year-old man, he, as a man, was dealing with his own himself for. That might be the case, honey, but I tell you one thing. I put up with it as long as I wanted to put up with it. My answer to a good man, I believe to me, a good man is whenever you dealing with somebody and you say, this is the type of person I want in my life. I want a man to do this and that. A good man to me is someone that will know you. Certain things about you that he know that you don't think he would know. He'll take care of home. At the end of the day, he's a provider. He's a protector. He's someone that you can confide in and you know it won't go anywhere, because you know some men you talk to love to go to their homeboys and discuss what's going on. But that's when I say a good man will keep everybody out and deal with whatever he has to deal with his wife or his woman or whatever the case may be. He won't involve everybody. Some men will involve everybody. Then you go places and people asking you, y'all okay? And you looking like, what the world they talking about? And the only thing you can say, I know I had a conversation with my honey the other night and, he done ran his mouth. So you know what? It could be different definitions of a good man. I ain't gonna say it's some bad men out here, because it's really some good men out here that actually do what they say they gonna do. Stand on business. Make sure you straight. Make sure you don't have to ask because they already know. Yeah, somebody make you feel safe. I do agree. That is so true. Yet that's your safe place. Not somebody that you have to question. Well, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I never gave him that reason to feel like that I wasn't his wife. Never gave him that reason. It was a lot of insecurity. A lot. Because whenever we were dating, he had two kids. I ain't going to say 2 extra kids, but he had 2 kids already prior to us dating. And I didn't like the fact he didn't have a relationship with them. That part like really pissed me off. And I used to ask him all the time, look, go see your kids. He used to get mad at me. I'm like, what you getting mad at me for? She didn't do it by herself. You need to make sure them kids are straight. Honey, you know what? I wasn't that type of wife. Really, I'm going to say I wasn't that type of woman when we were dating. And we having conversations. So you turn around and tell me what you have going on. And I turn around and be like, you know what? You need to go on and handle your business. Because if you got this out here, go on and handle your business. But I did not, I know, honey, you got to keep stuff private. But hey, you know what? When you think you have that one friend that you can confide in, and then all of a sudden they just telling everything. So you got to be careful. Just decide that you just going to discuss it with your spouse and leave it there. And if home ain't good, it just ain't good, but nobody ain't got to know outside the house. We actually dated, then we got married. Yep, we actually dated, Mike, then we got married. No, honey, I ain't judging man because all them kids and all that. I just pay attention. Sometimes you just have to sit down, ask the questions, and be quiet so you can hear the answer. Because what you looking for in a person might not be what they looking for in a person. So that's why you have to ask the important questions. If it's somebody you truly interested in, you can see yourself with. Ask those questions. If they're important to you, they should be important to them. So I feel like it shouldn't be a one-sided thing. If it's important to you, ask it. And I didn't judge him now time. Even when we separated, I stayed my distance. We got a divorce, I stayed my distance. I didn't talk about him. I didn't badmouth him. I didn't do none of that. I just let it be. When we got a divorce, it was over with. He was the one out there saying this and saying that. And I had to tell a couple of people, don't come back and tell me nothing he's saying. Because I don't go do that back and forth. And like I told one person, I did tell him, if you wasn't there, don't come back and tell me nothing like that, because I'm not with that. And I never went back and forth. I actually moved back home because a lot of stuff that happened, and I moved back home. Had to get my mind right, come back, handle business, and then let it go. And I just let it go. I promise you, I just let it go. And at the end of the day, and I tell some of his folks that actually know me, they hear stuff out there, and I'll be like, you know what? At the end of the day, let him talk. The last time we seen each other was for our son's wedding. And he walked up to me he walked up to me and asked me, did I hate him? I told him, I don't hate you. I just don't have nothing for you. It's a big difference. And I left it alone. And sometimes you just have to see things for what it is. Just see it for what it is. And like I told him, when we divorced, even when we were separated, it's not one time I try to ask for you back, try to hunt you down and see where you at. Because I was done. I closed that door. I put a padlock on it because I didn't want to open it again, because at the beginning it was smooth. When we was married, loving, understanding, and like in the middle, it got real ugly. And I just had to leave that. And if I had to do the good outweigh the bad, that bad knocked out the good. So I couldn't do it no more. And I wasn't about to put myself through that, because it only take one time to do me the way he did. And I didn't look back. And he was all on social media, bad-mouthing me, calling me all kind of names. And I'm like, hack my page on social media, stole all my pictures. I couldn't even get on my main page on Facebook. I had to actually create another page. And he found out that. So I'm like, it was just like stalking. It got to where when we got a divorce, he was showing up at my job. I'm not even there. It ain't even time for me to come to work. I used to go, we had a mailbox with our name on it. And every night I would go to work, I had a rose in my mailbox. And I used to ask these ladies, who left this? And found out it was his crazy tail. So no. When you leave people alone and you no longer want to deal with them, just wish them well and keep it moving. I hope y'all picking up what she's putting down. Because I'm like this. At the end of the day, no one wants to be in a situation to where you have to keep questioning yourself. Why? I could have waited. Yes, I said I should have waited till I was 25. I got married when I was 21. All in love, butterflies, heart skipping a beat, all the above. And it turned out to be a nightmare toward the end. Not at the beginning, toward the end. So have the conversation. Sit there and be quiet and listen. Because trust me, your questions, they ain't never heard them before. Because the first thing they're going to say, ain't nobody never asked me that. And I will reply back, I'm waiting on your answer. And keep it moving. Don't never deal. Thank you. Never deal with somebody to where you have to question even when you're dating. Because if you see the signs that's right there. Let it go. Because you see now, you got these ladies putting these guys over their kids. And then turn around, these same guys is doing something to them kids. Like at the end of the day, no, we ain't having that. I promise you, I ain't came across. I take it back. I came across one. The rest of them, I ain't. You pull it down and the room get dark, then we can talk, okay? But if the light is still on when you pull it down, baby, look. Be quiet. We'll talk later. First thing a man want to holler about what they can do in the bed. How you map, but baby, not a lot of women. Most women don't even want to hit it. I think that's garbage. I really do. But that's me. Some women might think that's sexy and ooh, no, that's garbage. That's so garbage. That's garbage to me. I need somebody with a head on their shoulder, know how to articulate, can add, multiply, divide, can paraphrase, can finish a sentence, use adjective, verbs, nouns, that part. Damn, is that good? Good what? Pop Hood, what you talking about? You so focused on him, you ain't even seen nobody else talking to you. Quit playing. Let me tell you something. When I was married, I promise you, it wasn't nobody, because I was faithful. When I did it, I was ready. Marriage was one thing for me, and I was just over the moon. But later on, I realized it wasn't for him, because we sat down and had a conversation. And I had to ask him what was going on with him. Because he had certain things, I guess things just wasn't going right. But that's when you talk to your partner and tell your partner what's going on. You don't go against your partner because she got this going on and things is going good for her. Have the conversation. Don't feel like it's a competition. No one should feel like they have to be in competition with their spouse. See, I can speak up on this because I've been there. Honey, I'm glad you happily married, honey. I was at the beginning. Your husband comes before your kids. Without a happy man, you can't have a happy marriage. That is so true. That is so true. I'm in agreement. I know. I keep hearing that too. But hey, to each his own. To each his own, honey. But I did say the reason why he didn't come first, it was a reason behind it. My child came before him. Show me what you need to show me. Do what you need to do. At the beginning, it was fine. Toward the end, it wasn't. So I'm not going to keep putting a smile on your face and I'm walking around here frowning. Hell no, that ain't going to happen. And then when it comes to my kids and you neglect your own child, we got a problem. Now, that's the main reason why he didn't come first. Okay. Because he was jealous of our own child, baby. But I'm going to answer, then I got to go. And that is so crazy. And that is so true. That's so true. That old school, it's like they threw it out the window and brought in what they got going on now. 5 years ago, still going on now. They think that it's cool. Sit down with grandma and grandpa. They'll tell you some stuff. Okay? But y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for asking my question. I appreciate it. I really do. I really, really, truly do. The man is the leader and foundation for the marriage. The Lord should be in y'all main priority. That is true. He was a preacher's kid. And I know it don't change the fact, but he was a preacher's kid. And he know. He just chose the road that he got on. He chose that road. And he left me behind. But it was fine because I'm glad I didn't get on the road with him. I am. I'm glad. Because right now, I just pray for him. That's all. Baby, amen. Amen. A to the ma'am. Okay. That is so true. Oh, baby. I could do a dance right now. Well, you know what? God is first in everything I do. And I know that's why I stay getting blessed. Because I don't treat people the way they treat me. Never been like that. Even when I went through what I went through with my husband, I never treated him wrong. But I did whip his ass. I ain't gonna lie. I did. But I ain't never treated him wrong. But whipped his ass, I sure did. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Thank y'all for engaging. I appreciate it all. Let me see. One more. I'm gonna be late. Going where I have to go. It is a huge meaning behind it, but it just didn't work in my case, honey. It really didn't, but thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. And like I always say, do something nice for someone. It don't cost a thing. I'll holler.